and some goodies. As you know, the new catalog is live to everyone now. And so as demonstrators, we were able to, just as customers can now, order anything in the catalog. So yeah, I robbed my piggy bank and Mr. Brown brought a package today. So let me see if I can get it up here. Oh, so there's my package. And I opened it up and took out my inventory sheet, but I've not peeked at everything that's within because I wanted to share that with you. So I'll open it up here, take out the wonderful bubble wrap my dog likes to play with, and ta-da! Look at the goodies. All right, I'm going to move this off my desk. Otherwise, I'll be knocking the camera all over the place. But I will bring things out and show them to you. And hopefully, I can group things together when I show them. Now, one of the DSPs that everyone who went to Onstage received was the DSP that goes with the free as a bird bundle. And if you've not seen it, hang on. Let me grab it real quick. As you can see, I have already way chopped into it, but it's beautiful, beautiful paper. And I'll just kind of hand through this, but lots of birds and coordinating patterns and lovely spring going into summer colors. So I have the DSP, but I didn't get the stamp set and the dies right away during the pre-order. I saved it for now. So here's our stamp set and just some wonderful sentiments. Your friendship means the world to me. I love this one. The world needs more of you. And then you've got great images that you can stamp. So, I mean, the things I can imagine doing with this are just about endless. And rather than coming with dies that actually cut the figures out, let me show you what they did. And I think this is just wonderful. If I can get it open here. Hello, Karen. Thanks for joining tonight. You probably have a lot of these already. Okay. And you'll probably notice that we have new packaging, which I like. But let's open this up because the dies that you get as part of the bundle are these beautiful stitched dies. And let me just pull one up here because what I want to show you is the stitching runs not only on the outside, but also on the inside. So you truly do get a stitched frame with them. And they're wonderful for cutting things out. We've got really big ones, and that will certainly allow you to do a beautiful picture with your birds. And we also have, oops, wrong one, Linda, this really neat straight line stitched die. So you can give that nice little touch as a border for your cards. So I can just think of lots of things I'll be using that for too. So that was one of the first bundles that I decided to get. But let's see what else we have. I can't remember how many bundles I ordered, but I'll put those aside. Now here's one everybody has wanted to see. The Royal Peacock stamp set and the detailed peacock dies. Isn't that beautiful? Again, it's got some lovely sentiments. I like this. So very proud of you. You know, I don't care if your children are still young or if they're teenagers or if they're grown people. A parent should always reinforce their children by telling them how proud they are of them. And then we've got these wonderful stamped images. So there's your full peacock. And then to add a different coloring, because we know peacocks have blue, they have green, they have some dark teal in them, in their feathers. So you have another stamp that you can stamp right over it. Just your stamp apparatus will come in very handy for lining that up. There's also some little flowers and this large almost like the comb of the peacock. So it is photopolymer, but oh my gosh, how beautiful. So I love that, but wait until you see the dies. They really knocked it out of the park with this suite. And I didn't get everything in the suite, but I got quite a bit. So here you can absolutely cut out your stamped image of the peacock with very detailed die, or you can just cut out the outline of the peacock. So it gives you more opportunities and different ways to use it. Love, love this feather. And then you have some, I believe those are greenery there, and you can cut out the flowers there. So just so fantastic. And I just can't wait to play with this one either. Can't decide which is going to be the first. And I did get the paper that goes with it. So let's see here if I can dig that out, because it is gorgeous. Okay, there's the specialty paper, and here are the foil sheets. So I love it when they have an easy open pack like this. I'm just too impatient. Hello, Lee. Your order shipped today? Oh, my. Look at this. Luscious foil. And there are 3 different patterns in 3 different colors. So our colors are, hello, let me get it here because I mess it up. Blueberry bushel, old olive, and pretty peacock. So lovely. And they are single-sided, but thick, thick, thick. I'm going to have to save a few sheets to do some 3D projects with them. All right. So not only do they have DSP that goes with it, but we have some foil sheets as well. So while there's foiling on the DSP, and that's what gives it that sheen, if you just want to cut that feather out, say, in foil, there we go. Oh, and I apologize for the glare, but there are our 3 colors: blueberry bushel, pretty peacock, and old olive. And again, it's like all of our other foil products, nice and thick. So they'll stand up to die cutting really, really well. And I think that was all I got from the peacock suite. There's some beautiful rhinestones that go with it as well. But I have to save something for next month. So, all right. So that's our peacock suite. I'm running out of room to put things here. Put it right there. Let's see what else we got. How about the Path of Petals? The font in the sentiments is so lovely, but the delicate, detailed floral images and leaf images are just beautiful. Again, this is photopolymer. See what some of these, your kindness has touched my heart, hoping you can find strength for today and peace in tomorrow. That would work beautifully on sympathy cards or even encouragement cards for someone who's going through a hard time. We can always use a best wishes and a thank you. So those will come in handy. And it also comes with dies if you get the bundle. And remember, with the bundle, you save 10% over buying them separately. So these are called the petal labels dies. I always open them upside down. Ooh, oh my goodness. Let's see if I can lift this off. Look at this. Would that not, just with this and a sentiment, that's almost all you need for a card. It is so big. Let me see. It is 4 inches by 3 inches, looks like. Beautiful. And then if that's too big, you've got a smaller one. Look at the detail on that. And this one measures oh, just over 3 inches by about 1.5 inches. And if you wanted this, but and it looks like it might have a stitched edge as well. If you want to cut out the center, so you can maybe change the colors for your sentiment, it also has the oval that fits well inside. Ah, wonderful, wonderful addition. So let me just quickly put all these back together. I can never get them the same way that they come, but no big deal because I always transfer them over to magnetic sheets because those that are specifically dies that cut out images, I like to keep with the stamp set. Otherwise, I forget that it has it. This one I'll keep separate though, like with my stitched rectangles and my stitch dies and the coordinating dies, because that's what we'll use it for. Okay, what else? What else? Oh, also with that, and this is so cool. So cool. I'll show you the paper in a minute, but this intrigued me. You know, when I first looked at the catalog, I just do the quick glance, right? That's what we all do. We just want to quickly go through it and ooh and ah, and then we get down to, okay, what do I have to have right away? So when I saw this washi, I'm like, oh, well, that's kind of pretty. But I just bypassed and kept going. And then all of a sudden in the catalog, I saw a picture of a flower on this set. And I said, well, how did they do that? Well, guess what? This is not your ordinary washi tape. It's petals that come off so that you can make your own flower. And I swear they look just like a real flower petal. So I cannot wait to play with these. Have to see where it goes back on right there. So I was probably more excited about this than anything else after I figured that out. It also has another washi with it. Is really, really nice. It has sayings on it. One red rose within a garden fair blossoms. Okay, where's my bifocals? 4 times. Anyway, you can read it yourself. But this is really great because I can just imagine vintage cards made with this because it looks like that old style type face. So I don't often go for washi, but yeah, had to have those. And then of course we've got, get out my piercer here. Try not to damage the paper. If you like to make vintage cards, this is the DSP for you. It is called Pressed Petals. And I'm not really much of a vintage or country type style, but I saw this and it just blew me away. Look at how beautiful that is. Now this paper also is much thinner than our normal DSP, but that's great because it's not going to add a lot of weight to your card. So you might be able to get away with less postage if you do a lot of layers. Hello, Rich. Nice to see you. And of course, these are two-sided. And look at that. Oh my gosh. It's kind of like the DSP that, what is it? The Come Sail Away suite. But this is all about flowers. So just articles and pictures about flowers. It's very vintagey. And you get 4 sheets of each pattern. So I think there's 24 sheets of DSP. You get a lot of bang for your buck. So that's that one. And then, oh, how pretty is that? The colors are just, that's very vanilla in the background. Again, it helps it with that vintage look. And the opposite side is a wood grain. As you know, our wood textures paper retired, and a lot of people were sad about it. But I'm noticing that in the DSP, they'll sneak in a few sheets of wood grain. So these two together, yep, that'll be beautiful. And this next one, look at that. Remember, was it the Petal Promenade series? I think, where they had a sheet of cut aparts. They were frames. This reminded me of that. So you could use this as a border, and then you can cut these apart for some very easy cards. And the colors are just beautiful. Again, you've got your wood grain, very neutral backgrounds. And the opposite side is music notes. So this could even be used for Christmas cards, just saying. I know it's too early. One more month until Christmas in July, but I calls them like I sees them. And then remember our first Frost DSP that had all the leaves in it? This is not a glossy. Again, it's got like a very vanilla background, but so pretty. I love ferns. So I can see a lot of uses for that. And the opposite side kind of looks like a linen weave. Not quite it's much finer than a burlap weave would look. But again, a wonderful neutral to use for your cards. Okay, what's next? If you love blue, there you go. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's got that burlap weave in the background as well. On the opposite side, oh, we've got some more articles, but whereas the other one had to do with pictures of flowers, these are articles about gardening itself. And you certainly could read the print if your eyes are that good. Mine aren't. I would have to have a magnifying glass, but I know that's what it is just based on the pictures. So if you know a person who likes to garden, this would make a great card for them. Okay, what's next? Wow. Wildflowers. Wow. That has so many colors in it. You could almost pick any cardstock to go with this. I love it. And then, oh my gosh, I love script. And that color is just beautiful. And I think, I can't tell if you might be able to read this. Yeah, because down at the bottom it says yours affectionately down here. So it's in English. But that's a script that I wouldn't be able to read. It's too fine for me. And that's it for that one. But oh my gosh, this is just so pretty. And it'll go beautifully with your Path of Petals stamp set. Okay, just a few more things. I neglected last year to pick up In Color Designer Series for 2018-2020, so I figured I better do it now. And then I'll also, on my next order, get the 2019 to 2021 In Color DSP. This has some great patterns on it, though. I'm not showing enough love to last year's In Colors, and I thought if I had the DSP to go with it, I would be more likely to use them because I love the colors, especially that Grapefruit Grove. But you've got your 5 different colors, and then I'm not going to show you that because it's too hard to look at, but you'll have 2 sheets. No, I'm wrong. 4 sheets of this design. And again, we have script on the back. And then you have 4 sheets of this design. So 2 designs, 4 sheets each. And we were sad when our gingham gala paper went away. But it's nice to know that our In Colors still can be used for that. All right, so that's that. And I just have 2 more things. One of them is a host set. I have seen cards made with this, and it is beautiful. And it doesn't necessarily have to be for children. Anyone who loves whimsy will like this. It's got congratulations, celebrate, happy birthday, just popping in to say hi. And my favorite, each new page reveals a new wonder to be experienced. These are our cling stamps, and they will ink up beautifully. I can't wait to play with that one. All right, but I saved my very favorite stamp in the entire catalog. And it's probably not one that caught the eye of people on the first go round. The minute I saw this, I had to have it. I mean, this was, if I couldn't have afforded but one stamp set, it would be this one. It has everything I love in a stamp set. Script writing, gorgeous Baroque frame, lovely leaves that will just stamp with a different gradation of your ink color, a lovely border that you can use, and beautiful sentiments. Have a beautiful day. Thank you. But this one, always thinking of you. I don't have any family other than my brother who lives anywhere close to me. So I'm always thinking about the rest of my family, and we talk, but I like to send cards just to remind them that I am thinking of them. And this too is our cling stamp. Now I want to show you just how big this is. So that script, if I measure it, is going to be, come on, Linda, I can't see. There we go. That's going to be, gosh, 3.5 inches tall. And the width from the widest point is going to be probably just over 2.5, maybe 2 3/4. So there you go for your design panel. I mean, that really fills in that blank space. And then the same with our leaves. These are a little bit longer than the scripty part. These are, oh my gosh, these are almost 4.5 inches long. But yeah, I just, this is the one that captured my heart. So, and if they retire it in the next year or two, I don't care. I'm keeping it. It's mine. So those were the goodies that I got. Let me just bring them in here. I tried to zoom out to give us some room. So I got 3 bundles and 1 host set, and then the single of the Very Versailles. And I'll bet you probably gravitated towards the same types of bundles. I mean, that peacock one, that's all I heard from people is they had to have it, had to have it. And there were a couple of others as well. So I am going to have so much fun playing with these. Karen, you saved it for your next order. Well, I'm glad to see I'm not the only one. Trust me, I wanted to just go through. This catalog is just fantastic. I thought last year's catalog was the one that everybody would just have to have everything of. They blew it out of the water with this one because there's something for everybody. And like I said, with the DSP for Path of Petals, it's not something I would normally gravitate to, but it was just too pretty. The way they put everything together really spoke to me. All right, so how are we doing for time? That's only been about 20 minutes. What do you guys say? Should we make a card? It'll have to be kind of a simple one, but I thought you could play along with me. So which one of these should I use? Somebody pick one. Because if you don't, I know which one I'm going to use. But I'm going to leave it up to you. What do you guys want to see me play with? Everybody's thinking. I can smell the smoke. Didn't know it. You could smell it through the computer, did you? All right. Well, if nobody's going to pick a set, I'm going for Very Versailles. And this will lend itself well to a quick card, I think. So let me get rid of my box here. Move all this out of the way. Don't want to dump all my paper on the floor. The UPS guy rang my doorbell and my husband was out there ready to answer it. And I flew by him. And he was like, well, I guess that's your stuff, huh? All right. So I'm kind of casing the caddy a little bit for this. Let me see if I can show you. I think it's page 113. Not like I have that memorized or anything, but if you look right here, see if I can bring this up a little bit. This one right here, I'm going to do a play on that. I like the colors in it, but I'm going to change the style up just a little bit. So my colors are going to be just like they use, soft suede and mint macaron. And just in case that was the one that people picked, I went ahead and have a mint macaron card base. And it's the standard top folding. And then I have a mat of the soft suede. And then instead of white, I have really enjoyed using our shimmer white. It makes everything just that much softer when you're picking colors and putting them down. So my my shimmer paper is cut at, I can never read it that way. Hang on. Funny how we rely on our trimmers for everything, isn't it? It's cut at 5 inches by 3 3/4. And my mat is cut 1/8 of an inch larger than that, just because I wanted a thin, thin, thin border. Okay, so we'll put these aside. I'm going to bring in the Stamparatus because, you know, new stamps. Always a good idea when you have new stamps. And these are cling, so I'll take out the mat. We won't need that. Put our paper in there. And let's see, the first thing that we're going to do is the script. So let me just pull that out. I always have a hard time getting these. Okay, there we go. Shoo. Getting under them. All right, so I want my script. Oops. See which is the top and which is the bottom. Would help if I had the labels on, but I don't. So I'm gonna say, oh wow, this is a hard one. So if I do it like that, I think it's this one. Well, you know what? We can always turn it around if it's wrong, right? Okay, so I'm gonna put that right in the center. And I'm just going to give it a quick wipe to get any dust or anything off of it. And we will stamp this in our soft suede. Now my soft suede needs to be re-inked, but for this, that's great because I don't want it so dark that it takes over. So let's see here. Give it a good rub since it's the first time using it. And as you can see, the ink is not even in the center. Now, I kind of like that look, but let's just go ahead and ink it one more time because I know some people would want a more solid image. Give it a good press, concentrating on that part that didn't stamp well before. And there we go. Oh, pretty, pretty. All right. So the next thing that we're going to do is, okay, where'd my stamp set go? Ooh, there it is, the leaves. I can't wait to play with these. I love long, branchy images. If weeping willow trees weren't so dadburn bad because they get into your pipes and stuff, oh, I would so want one. All right, let's see if I can get the backing off this. There we go. And let's see. Now they have it coming from the left down and the right bottom up. I might just do one. We're going to see how this looks. So I'll stick it all the way up there. Give it a quick wipe again. I always find that that's good with new stamps. Oops, better close up my soft suede before I have an accident. Okay, here we go with our mint macaron. And even though mint macaron is not a dark color, I think that it has enough of a tint to it. Oh, look at how beautiful. Oh, yeah, I'm only doing one. I like the less is more look. So we're just going to leave that one. Just like that. Oh my gosh. Okay. Let's put this away. And then you know what sentiment I'm going to pick, right? Is there any doubt? Always thinking of you. Now, the question is, I don't think that I want to put this directly on here, even though I have a little bit of room. Wow, this is a toughie. I could put it down there. You know what? Let me just stamp it on a separate piece and we'll see what we think, because we can always go back and stamp it directly on it if we decide we want to do that. Okay, where's my other piece of shimmer paper? I swear I had one out here and it has flown to coop. Okay, hold on. I have more. Somewhere. Oh, sorry. I won't sing. You don't want to hear me sing. Okay. We'll just start with a new sheet. And I think I'm just going to cut a piece. Oh, wait. Never mind. I just found. Don't have to cut up the new one. I had it down here. As a matter of fact, I have a piece that is going to be perfect. We'll probably have to cut it down later, but so let's take this off and let's put this up there. Make sure that I'm going the right way on this. So it should go like this. Hopefully I'm going to get it on there straight since I don't have the sticker on it. But you know what I can do? If you're ever not sure if something is going to stamp straight, just take a piece of scratch paper that I have right here. And lay it down before you ink it up on the piece you want. Oops, I forgot to wipe that one down, but I think we'll be okay. All right, fingers crossed. Let's see if this is straight. Yep, pretty darn good. Oh, and look at that. That's so pretty. But since we started with shimmer white, I'm going to keep that going. And then we'll decide if we need to mat it. And I'll bet my magnet gets in the way there. Yep, it does. Get down there, you. And see how soft it is compared to that? Very soft. And I like that. Now, the L is not stamped the way I want, so I'm going to ink it up one more time. Just make sure. There we go. Okay. Now let's put this together. Remind me I'm leaving this in my Stamparatus or I'll go crazy looking for it. Ever do that? Put something down and can't remember for the life of you where it is and then it's right in front of you? Yeah. All right, so let's see what this is going to look like. Oh, you guys, that is too pretty. So we're going to have this thin, thin border of soft suede. And then Sorry, I'm picking it up because the shimmer is just blinding me. See, if we had put it down on the bottom, which we certainly could have, I would not have used the Mint Macaron ink just because I think it would take away from that. But I wouldn't use the soft suede because then it would take away from that. And that's kind of how I decide if I want to pop something up. And I think that we're going to do that. Now, obviously, this is too big, so let me cut it down real quick and hope that I can do this straight. Where's my sticky notes? Tell you, can't find anything. I just wanted to stick this down, but they've up and disappeared. So here's what I'm doing. I'm trying to line this up, and I need my sticky note to hold it down, but maybe if I do that, and I'm very careful. Okay, so we've got that. Now the question is, can she do it again, folks? Can she line it up and keep it there? Don't anybody breathe? I think I got it, by cracky. And I'm not worried about that end yet, just yet. We will end up cutting that off. But now I want to see, do I want to mat it in the Mint Macaron? And I would do a very thin mat. Kind of put this together. Or do I want some more of the soft suede? But you know what? I don't think I want more of the soft suede. I think I'm going to leave it at the Mint Macaron. So let me glue this down. Yep, I'm using my little adhesive caddy. I made about 8 of them. I just can't stop. All right. And I was almost out of liquid glue. That was the other reason I was so happy that Mr. Brown came today. I'll take it out here just to make sure. And I'm sure I'll have to cut down this mat because I just want, again, a very thin mat. Because this is going to go right down there. So, do I want this side? Yeah, I want it on this side to balance. So, down near takes up the whole thing. See there? All right, let me just cut down. I know I won't be able to do this in the trimmer and get it straight. Of course, doing it by hand, I probably won't get it straight either. However, I have better chances this way. Phew, looks pretty good to me. All right. Need to give it a little bit more of a haircut, just on this side. Perfect. All right, let's put this together. I do have one more thing I'm going to add to it, but that will be the last thing. All right, and as you can see, thin, thin, thin border of the smoky slate. That way it doesn't overpower it. All right, and then this is pretty much going to take up the whole bottom. But let's give it a little decorative edge. I'm just going to cut it like that. And do the same over on this side. And even if it's a little too long, that's fine, because remember, we're going to put it on the actual card. Okay, I like that, but I need to sponge because I should have cut it before I matted it, but I didn't. No worries. We'll just bring out the old stamp pad. And just sponge it a bit. Sponging always makes it look nice too. Softens up those edges. All right, I think we'll call that done. Now, do I want to pop it up? Well, of course I do. I have to pop it up. So in come my dimensionals. And we'll put 3 on, 1 in the middle for good measure, so it doesn't sag. Nothing worse than a saggy middle. If I was in front of the mirror, you would know what I mean. Ha, ha, ha. Okay. And I'm going to leave just a little bit there. So just a little bit of the shimmer white showing through before you see the soft suede. And then we'll pop this up too. Yeah. Like I said, there's one more thing I'm going to do, and I was just debating if I wanted to do it now before I put this down or do it after. And obviously, I'm doing it after. Ah, come on. Okay. You know, if you guys did give me a suggestion as to which one to use and I didn't see it, it's because my auto scroll doesn't work for some reason on my Facebook Lives. So I can't see you unless I constantly scroll down. So yay, Martha, I picked the one you thought. Hey, Roz, thanks for joining. Hi, Ducky. Well, hopefully you'll get some inspiration for it. What do I wipe the stamp with? This is just a car chamois that I picked up at Walmart, I think, ages ago. I love our chamois, but I packed it away somewhere and I can't find it. So I drug this out and I just soak it with water and wring it out. And that's all I'm using is water to wipe down the stamps. Okay, what's the last thing I was talking about? Well, where is it? Where is it? Where is it? How about some of our braided linen trim? And what I'm going to do is just tie a little bow with it. And maybe I'll do a double. It's very thin, but it's nice and solid. It makes gorgeous bows. And I can't tie a bow to save my life. So yes, this is a little bow maker that I bought that makes my life a whole lot easier. You've got better things to do than sit there and watch me spend 10 minutes trying to tie a bow. And sometimes I do that anyway, even with this thing. But there we go. Now, one of the reasons I wanted to use this is normally we cry, we get upset when the ends fray. Like this one did, right? Nope, I want the ends to fray for this because everything that we put on there is very soft with not too many hard edges. I thought it would be good to do this. I do need to get my tails more even. Just pull it apart after you've tied the bow, of course. And you can pull it apart as much as you like. Kind of reminds me of our copper trim. You know how you make it bigger by pulling it apart? Well, if you do that, you'll see the actual braided, how they braided it there. But all I'm going to do is put that right up there at the top of the branch as kind of a finishing touch. And for that, all I need is a glue dot. I will apply it directly to the back here and just stick it down. All right. Well, there you have it. And boxing and a card only took us a little over 40 minutes. So I'm happy with that. What do you guys think? I'm liking it. Jackie, did I give you any inspiration? There's so much you can do with this. I mean, this was just a real quick and easy. Obviously, with that Baroque frame, there's so much you can do. Uh, I envision taking the script and actually heat embossing it in gold, and then doing the same with the Baroque frame and putting it on there. So that will be just a very kind of rich card. But this one I really like for its simplicity. And I already know who I'm going to send it to. All right. Well, I hope you enjoyed tonight's unboxing and a card. Put it together at the last minute, but if you're like me, can't wait to see the new goodies. We'll still have our regularly scheduled weekend Facebook Live. We've moved it to Sunday nights at 8 o'clock. Just because that seems to be easier for everybody. And if you have an idea of which of the stamp sets you would like me to showcase for that one, just drop me a comment and I will be more than happy to do so. All right. Well, those of you who are anxiously awaiting your order, I hope it gets here soon, and hope everybody has a great rest of the week. I'll see you on Sunday.